catch my breath and get to meet everybody. You are August. September? Alex. We stand with the A's. August, Alex. That's one of my grandson's names, my daughter's name. That's how I'm gonna remember these. Nick. I don't have a Nick. So I won't remember yours. Ian. Isaiah. All right.
Krish.
One more time.
Krish.
Krish.
Yes.
Not Chris, but Krish.
Yes.
All right. Making sure I'm listening
Exactly.
correctly.
I'm Aaron.
Aaron. The son's name. Aiden. All right. So nothing like meeting the band for the first time when you're getting ready to do a demo session and you haven't heard them play or anything at all, but that's okay because that's, I think, gives us a good opportunity to talk about the stuff that we're wanting to talk about. And I think this one entitled something in the area of finding the groove, something like that. Do I have that working title correct? I don't know. But so before we do anything else, and I'm going to run this a couple of different ways because I have no set agenda of, it's going to be this because it's a demo group that I've not worked with. So it's what we deal with a lot of times when we go in and adjudicate. We hear what's happening and we make assessments and we go from there. But under the guise of this overall working title that he was given, of Finding the Groove in Your Ensemble, what do we have that's ready to play here?
We
got
have
Blue Monk,
Tuxedo Junction.
Tuxedo Junction.
We have Freddie Freeloader, and we also have Caravan.
Okay, but not Blue Monk.
Oh, and Blue Monk.
Oh, okay.
You already said that, so.
All right. So we have a choice of Freddie Freeloader, you all said, that you wanted to play? Isn't that what I thought I heard everybody agree on, was Freddie Freeloader?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Let's just take it at the top. Let's play. We have an order of who improvises when you all got that whole thing laid out. You're not looking for me to direct, are you?
Well,
You'd like, but we do have like
we
a
do
solo
have-
section where we have a list.
we do have a list of people that we normally have solo in this piece at 26.
So we found the leader of the group right here.
Did we find it or did we find it?
So at this 12 measure rest here, so
We're opening that up. Got it.
my number kind of got cut
So
off.
who of us, are you first?
No, August is first, I am after him, and
Okay.
I am at this background section.
And one comment, Mr. Thomas, so like we have a large group arrangement, so this is just a small
Reduced. Got it.
representative group of the full group, so not all the solos will be represented, but we should be able to
Okay.
go with the flow.
We've got August first. August, Alex, Nick, Isaiah, Krish, Aaron. The last two that I'm spacing on. One more time.
Ian,
Ian.
yeah,
Ian.
just like the director.
I will never forget that name again. And one more time. Aiden. Ian and Aiden. All right. Is this tempo good, Ian?
This is about what we normally do, yeah?
Okay. There we go. Stop. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. like swinging first thing in the morning, right?
It wakes me up.
All right, it wakes Ian up. Ian, I have a feeling that it doesn't take that to wake you up. I just have a feeling. Give me some. All right. All right, so well prepared. There's good stuff going on. So our goal is to, okay, how do we take from what we're doing, right? And my whole intent, as I've stayed in this longer, is how do I start to shift the responsibility from me as a director to the students taking over and making decisions about what happened. Oh, I got 5 for my kids already. Wow. I was like, left a spot for me. No, 5 for me. Right? But how do I, and here's what I mean, because we're talking about finding the groove and, you know, how, that's not just a rhythm section thing. How do we do that with the horns? How does everybody find that together? A part of finding the groove, and I want you all to take this down, because this is where I want you to remember this. So you have to write it, put it in your phone, whatever you do. One of the things that has really changed in my teaching is I used to talk about things as this is a certain style, or you know, etc. And we would talk about what a jazz tune is or jazz style. And my thinking has evolved from that to jazz is not a type of music. It is a way of creating and articulating music. I'll say that one more time. Jazz is not a type of music. It is a way of creating and articulating music. That second part being really important too, of articulating music. So here's how that affected my teaching. Younger teacher me would be dealing with something like this, and I may say, okay, I want you all to look at, does this have rehearsal letters or numbers, Ian?
It has it actually does not, wait, it has numbers.
It has numbers.
But on some of our sheet music it's not cut off, but.
Okay, that's all right. I used to be meticulous, like I would say, okay, let's look at 24. Now, everybody get your pencils out. I want this first note long, I want this note short, I want this note accented, da 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 da, boom, 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 boom. We rehearse it, we go through it several times, they get it, they're doing it together, they sound good, and I go, success, I've been a great teacher. And no, I wasn't. Because when we got to the next piece of music, I had to do the same thing all over again. And so I realized that though I was helping to craft the music to sound a certain way, I wasn't actually handing off that responsibility from me as a teacher to them as students. Now, depending on the level, you know, and when I say level, I don't simply mean age, although age plays a part in it, but just how long someone has been even involved in music or involved with this particular kind of music. There's, you know, only so much that I can do in terms of their ownership at first. But that doesn't mean that anybody can't get there, and I can't start changing things, I don't have to be limited, that I can start changing things to give the ownership to the musicians and less on me, right? One of the areas that we do that is time. Time field. We're taught when we are music education students and we're conducting class that we have to keep this beat pattern going, and that okay, here's where the time is. Okay, you guys are dragging, you're rushing, and we do that with time. That's one of the first areas that I want to start to enable the students to do on their own. That has nothing to do with me, right? So we're getting ready to do a little experiment. You need everybody's gonna need both hands, so if you wanna put your bass down, that's fine. Everybody's gonna participate in this one, right? So we need kind of feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Don't make a sound. Don't move. All right, those are the two pieces of criteria I'm going to give you. Don't move and don't make a sound. We are going to clap on the downbeat of 1 every 4 measures. I'm going to repeat that because invariably somebody heard me say every 4 counts, but I didn't say that. We are going to clap on the downbeat of 1 every 4 measures. Don't move, don't make a sound. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, begin. Okay, let's try that one more time. One more time. How many married people are in the room? You're not married, Ian?
No.
Okay. I want everybody to pretend that you're married. What I mean by that is go ahead and commit. Even if you think you might be wrong, just commit to it. All right? So don't hold off and not clap because oh, everybody else clap. I must be wrong. Let me just not clap this time. No, commit to it. Own it. All right? Close your eyes. Don't move. Don't make a sound. This time, I want you to really concentrate and focus on internalizing your time so that we can clap together. Downbeat of 1 every 4 measures. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Don't move. Okay, far enough. How many of them were together?
Very good.
The first one, right? First one was together. Why is that? Is it because we have bad time? No. No. So let's dispel that right away. No, it is not because you have bad time. And you have probably heard that before. You possibly, as educators, even said that before about how we have to internalize the time field, right? I'm saying, because I used to say it as well. Yes, we want to work on our internal clock, but the truth of the matter is when we're in a group setting, what we're trying to do is externalize time so that everyone finds it together. You know, it is not about whether or not my time is right or your time is right. It is about us coming to agreement with here's where it is and let's be responsible to each other for holding it. So if I just start with that point, that starts to take some of the onus off of me as a director and give that responsibility to the students, right? So the first thing, I was asking, why is this difficult? The parameters that I put on you were this. Don't move, don't make a sound, keep your eyes closed. All right? Now the first sense that we have been teaching the students is keep the eyes open, and I'm responsible for it. Which is going to help, but then I never have to do anything. I can sit and chill. I said, oh, he's getting ready to bring me in and let me get my instrument up and ready to play. No. That we need everybody there invested in it, right? The other thing that was hard is the fact that I told you not to move. And this is more to the point of what I'm talking about with jazz music not being a type of music or a kind of music, but a way of creating and articulating. And we have to realize that time is not an intellectual concept. I remember being taught as a young educator, especially in concert band, which there are areas in concert band where I realized this didn't make sense. There are areas where it does make sense. In orchestral music, it definitely makes sense. But when you're told, do not tap your foot. When I had teachers, college professors telling me, do not have your students tap their feet. Why? Well, here's where it would make sense. If you're playing a music that is meant to breathe and ebb and flow, if you tap your foot, it locks you in and you won't be able to do that. Can I play the piano just 1 second? I remember when I was learning Debussy's first Arabesque. It used to have sound. What happened? Right? And that's how I played it, and they were like, no, 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 right? I remember when I first played, the very first Bach invention I played was, and here's how I played it, right? I give you permission to laugh. But here's how I played it, and I thought I was killing it. And I just knew I was smashing, right? And the teacher would be like, no, 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 right? But it's because that music is supposed to ebb and flow. It is not in strict time. It's supposed to. Hands aren't warmed up yet. But you get my point? It's meant to ebb and flow. So if I tap my foot in a regular fashion, it interrupts the flow of the music that is supposed to happen. In a music where the creation process is what happens rhythmically over a steady pulse, the opposite is true. We have to be able to feel where that pulse is so that we understand where we're putting the things against it. So what I started to realize was, no, time is not this thing I can think of that will be better, but time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. Time, say it with me. Time is physical.
Time is physical. Time is physical.
Well, if it's physical, be physical with it.
Physical. Time is physical.
Time is physical. Come on, Ian, get physical with
Time
it.
is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical.
Come on, Ian, get physical with it.
Physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical.
Time is physical.
Time is physical. Time is
Physical. It's physical. It's physical. It's physical. It's physical.
It's physical. Physical.
Not physical, but physical. 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 Say it. Physical. 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 Keep saying it to yourself. Keep your body involved. Keep your body involved. Say it to yourself. Quiet. Quiet. Close your eyes. Time is physical. Time is physical. 1, 2, ready, clap. Four measures. Four measures. Okay, let me start one more time, because we keep thinking 2 measures, right? 4 measures. 1. Time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. Quietly close your eyes. 2, ready, begin. So, when I say every 4 measures, I don't mean on the 4th measure, but I mean on the
First beat.
first, beat 1 of the first measure, then beat 1 of the what? 5th measure, then beat 1 of the 9th measure, then beat 1 of the, right? So odd numbers. When we say every 4 measure, if you clap on beat 1 of the 4th measure, that's actually 3 measures. Got it? Here we go, every 4 measures. 1. Time is physical, time is physical. 1, 2, ready, begin. Eyes closed. Okay, so we're still not there, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer. So that's part of internalizing. When we're saying time is physical, time is physical, time is physical, time is physical, what are we actually doing? Subdividing triplets. Time is physical, 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 time is physical. So, part of my internalization process is subdividing the triplet while also physically feeling it in my body. Now this time, keep the eyes open. And here's the externalization of time. Me and Ian. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. It's physical time. Keep your eyes open. Time. Physical time. Don't just keep them open. Look at me. Oh, hello. All right, it's physical. It's physical. It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical. Let's add Isaiah to the mix. It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical. Let's add Aiden to the mix. It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical time. Let's add Krish to the mix. What are you saying in your head? It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical. Let's add Aaron to the mix. This is how I practice what I got these names. Ah, so you didn't trust yourselves. You were waiting for me. Let's start it again. 1, 2, ready, go. Don't wait for me. You know where it is. You're saying time is physical, time is physical. You're moving your body, clap when you're supposed to. See? You don't need me. I'm going to leave the room, come back next Wednesday. By the time I get here, you all are going to go. I like that. Nick just joined in without me having to tell him to join in. Thank you, Nick. What are you saying in your head? Say it out loud.
Time is physical, time is physical, time is physical, time is physical, time.
Come on, Alex.
Time is physical, time is physical, time is physical, time is physical, time is physical.
Come on, August. Come on, Prof. Thomas replacement. Time is physical. It's 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 physical. Don't stop the time. Pick up your instruments. Time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. You have some folks behind you that's going to help keep that clap going for a moment, since you all were picking up your instruments, but you should still be moving. It's physical time. It's physical time. It's physical. Eyes should see you in your body. Time. It's physical. It's physical time. It's physical. It's physical time. 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 It's physical. It's physical. 2. It's physical. 1. 3, 1, 2, 3, go. stop the time though. When does time stop?
Never.
Until there's a new tempo established, right?
Until the universe.
One of the things that I loved immediately that happened that time, even though everybody didn't realize that, hey, he's getting ready to count, was right into Freddie Freeloader. Nick, did you notice where your time was? Bam, 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 nails, 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 nails. Time is physical, time is physical, time is physical, time is physical. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. First few bars were great, right? Now, one of the things that we start learning as a rhythm section that we need to unlearn is that, oh, it sounds like they want to play a little slower, so let's acquiesce and make things comfortable for them. No. No. Pearls of wisdom from Reggie Thomas, meaning not only good for you in music, but good for you in life. It is our responsibility to hold each other responsible. It is our responsibility to hold our community responsible. If you don't hold your community responsible, that's when chaos ensues. And I'm not meaning holding your community responsible to your beliefs, but it is to the shared belief. We're externalizing time. It is to this shared belief of here's where we agreed it's going to be. I should hear from your head what? What should I hear in your head?
Time is physical, time is
Ah.
physical, time is 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 physical.
1, a 3, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the air ready to go? Ah, there we go. Now here's what I learned from my high school jazz band director. Is time stopped?
Until the universe stops.
I love it, Eddie. Not until the universe stops. Time is physical, time is physical. Here's where I really first started to learn this concept, even though it didn't make as much educational sense to me until years later. I had a high school jazz band director. Here's how he would count off a tune. Okay, here we go. Freddie Freeloader at the top. Ready? 1, 3, a 1. Now when we get there, Nick, make sure that your quarter note is solid so that we know where that is. Okay, here we go. Ready? A 1, 3. Ready? Come on, get yours up. Ready? 1, 3. I don't care if you don't play yet. If you play in bar 25, I should see you in the groove up until measure 25. Ready? 1, 3, a 1. Now make sure that you articulate, and it would take him 5 minutes to count off the tune. But what we eventually learned was stay in this groove until he finally makes it to beat 4. But he wouldn't get to beat 4. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Now make sure there was going to be something that he was going to say. But for us as students, we just learn, okay, we're vamping right here. Bang, 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 bang. Now, this may seem like a very small thing, but did you notice how much tighter the time was that time? And it was not because of me necessarily making the time better, but for finding ways to enable you all to make the time better. The first time we played this, right, what each of you were doing was, well, this is my part, and this is my part. I'm supposed to play the jazz beat. Jazz is not a beat. Write that one down. You're gonna have a bunch of these that you're gonna leave here with. Jazz is not a beat. But we tend to think spang, spang-a-lang, spang-a-lang, spang-a-lang is the jazz beat, and that if we apply that to the music, then that's gonna make the music swing. It's actually the exact opposite. We do not apply rhythm to music so that it swings. We play music that swings. I'll say that one more time. We play music that swings. One of the hardest things in the world to do is to play a piece of music that does not inherently swing and then try to make it swing. That's why repertoire matters. Find repertoire that inherently swings that will teach students how to swing. Okay? Let's do a little experiment with that. Everybody still here with me on the time? It has not stopped. It is the same until I set a new one. It has not stopped. Okay. So, what is Alex primarily playing on this one?
The roots.
Not what notes, but since we're dealing with time, I'm dealing with rhythm here. What is Alex primarily playing?
Quarter notes.
Quarter notes, okay? So everybody just clap what Alex is playing. 1, 2, ready, clap. Now, to help keep us from rushing that quarter note, we feel a backbeat naturally in this music that Nick plays with his hi-hat. I need some of you to keep that quarter note going, and I need some of you to give me just that backbeat. Ready, and go. Some people are keeping the quarter note going. So now I'm thinking about this locking up. Time is physical. 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 Keep that going. I need here, 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 and here. Let's just use this one. Say with me, love you, love you, love you.
Love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you, love you.
Keep that going.
Love you, love you, love you.
There's the pianist
Love you,
with
love you, love you.
love you, love you, love you.
Love you, love you, love you.
Love you, love you.
Love you.
There was a pianist from Miles Davis's quintet by the name of Red Garland. And here's how he would come. Clap on your first la and your last la. Now listen to the rhythm that happens collectively. With a bass, with our hi-hat, and our red ball and company. Listen to the rhythm that happens together. What do you hear? You're playing all parts of it, but listen to the articulation of this rhythm. So here's the quarter note. Quarter note. With hi-hat. Notice I'm going to go on. But I'm going. Let's go. Come on. change to articulation. When we play music that swings, that rhythm will reveal itself in the music, as opposed to us playing that pattern on top of something thinking we're gonna make it swing. Ha. These were like eye-opening things for me. Everybody should still be here. I don't know why. I don't sense any movement behind me. Everybody should still be right here. Doesn't stop until I set a new tempo, right? One of the things that happens, because remember I said jazz is not a type of music, but it is a way of creating and articulating music. And that is one of the huge issues that we will have, is how do we articulate this? So Nick was playing the right rhythm, but once we did this as a group and revealed it, what we noticed was that the articulation he was playing was different from the rhythm that we need to hear. He was tending to articulate what? Down, 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 down. La-do, la-do, la. La-do, la-do, la. La-do, la-do, la. La-do, la-do, la. So everybody, right pattern, right pattern, right pattern. Say it with me. Dog, walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. But I'm not going to. Different articulation. Same rhythm, different articulation. The other thing that happened, and you'll fix it one time, but then you slip back, so I'm going to get you to fix it again. And I don't know if you even remember what you fixed or how you fixed it. Do you know? Okay, that's an honest answer. Do you know how many people in this world are willing to admit they don't know something? I don't know. Articulation has to do with what?
The way you blow the air.
Say again?
The way you blow the air.
The way you blow the air? Come on, anything else? Keep going.
Musicality.
Nick, my man. My man. Oh, don't stop now. Because I looked around and Nick's foot was still right here. Don't stop now. Now. Yes. What did you say, Ian?
Musicality.
It will affect your musicality, but that's not necessarily what I mean when I say articulation.
Style.
That's a word that I'm not trying to do away with, but because we use it so freely without any real definition, I want something that's more descriptive. When I say articulation, he said the way that you use the air, that is definitely a part of how we articulate. What else do we articulate with? We have had to learn to articulate better since we have all been wearing masks for the past couple of years. In order for people to understand us, we've had to learn how to articulate through the mask.
Emotions.
Not emotion.
Enunciation,
Keep going with that.
alliteration, I can run out of words.
You all, I'm noticing you all like one-word answers. How do I articulate something more clearly?
With your tongue.
Okay, our tongues articulate, right? But one of the things, and I don't know where we start to learn this, but one of the things that we start to learn as young horn players is that we're supposed to create the sound and then push the air, as opposed to moving the air to create the sound. And so a lot of times what we will get is wah, wah, and the air happens in the middle of the note. Has anyone ever been guilty of that? Aha, right? As opposed to giving front to the attack, because when we give front to the attack, we can tell actually where your time is. Do they say that with me? do-day. Now say it with me. Ooh-ay. 1, 2, ready, go. Ooh-ay. Put a D on it now. Do-day. Notice how the time is now much more articulate because I can tell where the start point of the sound is. We refer to that as giving front to the attack. It is the attack where we are articulating. But I also like what you're saying about the air because the air will make a difference to that. Having the air ready to go and then articulating. 1, 2, 3. Do-day. I didn't hear you. Do-day. 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 Do-da. 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 It's physical time. 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 Do-da. Time is physical time. Do-da. 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 Time is physical time. It's 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 physical time. Time is physical. What is that counter melody that Wynton Kelly plays? Where is that? Da, do, dee, do, dee, do, da. Is that like measure 13?
Yeah.
Look at me doing math this time of morning. Right? Sing for measure 13. 1, 2, 3, go. Do-day. It's physical time. 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 It's physical. Oh, what happened to my D? I all of a sudden started to get na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. No nanas in here. I'm a grandpa, but I'm not a nana. A nana. Any nanas in here? No nanas in this room, right? Da do day do da do da. Say it with me.
Da do day do da do da.
Again.
Da do day do da do da.
Give me the na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na. It is not an articulate rhythm. Da, do, day. 2, 3, and ready, go. Da,
Do day da do da.
do, day.
Da do da do da.
Do, day. Do, day. Da, 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 do, day. Top. Time is physical, time is physical, time is physical, time is physical. Have your tongue ready to articulate. Have the breath ready to go. Use both lungs. Ready? 3, 1. Now, don't forget, I need to see everybody heel involved, right? 1, 3, 1. And when we get there, make sure that the air is supported, just like Chris said. That's how we use the air, right? 1, 3, 1. And remember, the tongue is what allows us to give front to the sound. I'm just testing you. Make sure we're still there. Time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's start it one more time. Let's start it one more time. Who's the director of this band?
You.
But also all of us.
So what happens if everybody tries to direct?
People are gonna keep trying to over-direct each other.
Too many cooks. And when I say direct, what do I mean by direct? Who's the actual director of this band? Who would that be?
Mr. Morris.
Nope.
Drum set.
You weren't supposed to say that. They were supposed to say it, but okay. Was that? Oh, that was back here. My man, Aaron, come on. You are the director of the band, right? Time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. You're actually the director. This is the editor in chief. but you're the director. Time is physical, time is physical, time is physical. Everybody, let's just sing that melody together. Ready? Oh, well, you weren't there. Now let's sing it together. I need y'all to come in together.
Well, we don't come in until 13.
I don't care. Everybody sing it. Sing it. Ready? Oh, we still work together. So why is it that they're not together?
We don't have the director.
And what would the director do?
He would keep time for us and we would
No, because we're keeping time for ourselves. Because everybody is saying what? Time is physical. Time is physical. Time is physical. Right? But the director gives you a preparation so that you know that you're together. Watch this. Only because I gave them a preparation. Now, what preparation did I give? Okay? I gave a cue. I breathe. When?
Right before we started.
Say it again?
Right before we started.
Right before you started. So can you nail that down any more specifically for me, Nick? They start on beat 1. When did I give them a preparation? Beat 4. If you give us a beat 4, we will be right together. Watch this. 1. Got our horns up? 1. I don't care if you count 12 measures, get that horn up. It's like trying to jump on a moving train. Run alongside the train. 1, a 3, a 1, 2, 3. That was a lot better. Do you hear what that preparation did just for making them be solid? So you start to realize the control that you have. That's not just for keeping our time together or helping us to keep the time together, but here's an interesting fact. You never play louder because the band plays louder. And you never play softer because the band plays softer. It's the other way around. You tell them, knuckleheads, bring this out. Shake-ang, bang, 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 bang. But now bring it down. Yeah! If you make those motions, that tells the band how to play. Right? We were doing great on those articulations, and then all of a sudden we got lazy with it. No 7-second vacations. You do not get to take any, oh, that was good. Oh, I'm glad we did, oh, whoops. That's called a 7-second vacation, where you let your mind wander. Do, day, da, da, ya, da, da, do, da. Be articulate. Here we go, top. I won't stop this time. I promise I will not stop. What'd you say, Ian?
You're crossing your fingers.
Nobody asked you that, Ian. I didn't ask you that. I just might find this a comfortable position to hold my hand.
Who cares across your
1, 3. And you start to notice that everything that we do is actually serving an educational purpose. All these little jokes that I tell that seem like we're going down a side road and has nothing to do with what we're doing is allowing you all to stay in the pocket. 3. 1, 2, 3. has not stopped. It has not stopped. This is a non-stop activity, right? August, I said Alex, I apologize. But you don't even know. Okay. Can somebody tell me where Nick started for August's solo?
Like where on the drum set?
Yes.
I don't know what it's called, but it's the left cymbal.
Which one?
The hi-hat
The one
or
on the
crash?
left to me.
All the way to the left, the
It's
one that has two
that one.
together like
That one
that?
right there.
There?
Yeah.
The one he just pointed to?
Crash?
Nope. Where did he start?
Bass drum?
Nick, show them where you started, please. Play. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then at some point he did a fill. Why'd you stop? At some point you did a fill and then went where? Do that fill and go there for me. So now all of a sudden, Nick is starting to realize, hey, when I play a fill, that's me as the director signaling to the band that something different is happening. Perk your ears up. And I had August keep going. So what did that allow you to do, August? It allowed you to stop tapping your foot, I see.
Think of something? Like,
Okay, it allowed him to think of something, build on what he was doing, and take the solo somewhere. Right? Let's take the training wheels off. Take the training wheels off, at least in rehearsal. If you have to for the performance, put them back on, put them back on. But the training wheels that we do oftentimes in rehearsal are, okay, just take one course. There's not a lot that you're going to learn about developing a solo from taking one course. So if we really want them to learn to hear form, to build on their solo, figure out where it's going to go, we have to allow them the time to do that. That was why I know you all had a structure. I'm the editor-in-chief right now. I get to make editorial decisions. I'm saying, let's play a little longer. And then Ian's the next solo. We gotta let Ian play a little longer before we play backgrounds behind Ian, is that right? We're gonna hold off on those backgrounds until Ian has all of a sudden said, yeah, what I'm playing warrants some background about right now. Yeah. All right? So let's take it right on. Oh, did you all notice how much articulate the head was? Without me one time saying, okay, I need this note more this note more this, but I'm trying to find what are the ways I empower them as musicians to make those articulation decisions. Remember, you are the editor-in-chief, so if they ever make a decision that you don't like, you can go, yeah, I don't like that one, let's try. But let them make the decisions. Let them. Let them fail every now and then. Something we don't want to do, but failure, I shouldn't say failure. What we see as failure, but it's really not. Mistakes are part of the learning process. Those who've never made a mistake do not have the benefit of learning from their mistakes. Write that one down. Not only good for you in music, good for you in life. The difference between a young musician and yourself and someone that you figure is a master, and is this killing master musician, is that they failed more times than you've even tried yet. Do not be afraid of a mistake. Mistakes are opportunities for growth. All right, so here we go. This is on August solo. He's going to take at least a few courses, right? And then we're going to go to Ian. He's going to take at least a few courses. Once we play the backgrounds behind Ian, then we're going on. Got it?
And
One.
so like Dad Proms will play the last time that I play my solo.
There you go. 1, 3, on August. 1, 2, 3.